and good evening to the people of Valhalla. It is your boy Bubber Ducky back again on the cast with Phoenix, the Mr. Bird Box, the best mid laner in Thor himself.
Okay.
I'm throwing that out there. I'm stirring the pot. I'm stirring the pot. All right.
Please.
For those of you that watched this back, this the goated mid laner. Anyway, besides Jolly himself, and we got Banana Clan and Ice Age out here. And holy smokes, they're already getting into picks and bans here. I was gonna talk to you about the teams, but we're just getting right into it. I'm not used to this. Okay, Banana Clan taking away Set, Morgan Le Fay, Ice Age. They're already dropping out Tiamat and Gilgamesh. We're not getting the viewers any time to run up in here. We're literally just getting right on into it. I love it.
Directly into it, baby. That's just
you know
how it rolls. So we are seeing a couple of new faces here because I know you cannot see the actual things. I'm trying my best to do. I don't really know who's playing what role. All right, and then we have a Sobek ban, and instantly.
Soul.
We got a soul locked in.
About to say, there we go. There's a soul locked in there. So I guess we don't have the rosters pulled up for these two teams here. I know the Banana Clan has been going through some changes here and there and stuff like that. So, you know, I'm excited to see what they're going to be pulling out here. And as we see Ice Age pulling out Osiris and Odin already securing that really strong front line for them here. Odin and Osiris both really high top end picks. I mean, Osiris is really strong, and you know the counter to Odin, and Odin, you know, is just his cooldowns are insane, super tanky, and a real nuisance. I do like the draft for Ice Age so far. I find it kind of odd for Banana Clan banning Set, as we don't typically see Set being banned in the first phase much anymore, or even banned or picked up at all. So it's interesting, which leaves those picks like that open. And Banana Clan rounding up their first round of drafts, drafting a Cerberus and a Kali being locked in here. And Ice Age now going for the Chiron pickup, which was still a really strong ADC pick here for the Peaceman. So I could see the roster here now with.
I'm not sure if this is the correct order. I'm assuming for Ice Age it's the correct order, but I do not know what their order is.
I think Caribou is going to be in solo, because if they picked up a Cerberus that early, I would assume that's for Caribou, because I teamed with Caribou last season, and that man loves Cerberus. And so yeah, and I was about to say Legions might be going. I don't know. This roster's kind of all over the place, and right. And I know that Banana Clan has been wanting to go back to carry, stuff like that, who originally was the owner of Banana Clan and then was going to go on deployment and then like came back, and we had this all like weird situation. So like, anyway, back into it all, Scylla being taken away by the side of Banana Clan, Ice Age opting to ban for the Fafnir here, which is, I would assume, a strong ban for them, because they know that Cerberus is going to be going over to the solo lane. And then with the Soul here, it also could be a potential flex on if they want to send it to ADC or if they want to send it over to mid with Rags. So double Hunter with Soul and another ADC. It's just really strong. So getting that Fafnir out of the way is always a really good ban in itself.
That's true. I will say Soul, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is Rags' number one pick mid laner of all time, I believe. So his soul is very
good to know. And I don't think that they believe that soul is going to be going over to the mid lane. So now they're banning out the Raijin for the side of Ice Age here. And now Merlin being taken away on the side of Banana Clan, taking that away from Haggerty here, as there's still a couple of picks that I know that, you know, Haggerty likes to play, which, I mean, in all reality, he plays a lot of the typical mages. So, but the two really strong ones being taken out with Merlin Raijin, and also with Tiamat, Morgan Le Fay, and Scylla, all these being taken out. Ganesh being locked in on the side of Ice Age. I got to slap Kenny now. I already said I would slap Joe on the 2 o'clock cast. I had to call it out for Joe playing on the Koalas. I had the Ganesh game, so I got to slap Joe. And now I got to slap Kenny for it. So anybody that doesn't know, everybody gets a slap If you got to play the elephant, just you got to refuse. You don't play that. You don't play the elephant. Elephant stinks. Anyway, and he's annoying, like Kenny.
Oh my
getting
God.
Getting into the rest of these picks here. I mean, do you think? I mean, they can't. They got to show their hand here on where their soul is going to be going, right?
Hercules.
So so we see a Hercules.
So that could be anything, to be honest. So who knows?
Right.
We're gonna see what they pick, and there are going to.
I mean,
be
in all reality,
on her, and they're gonna lock it in.
I was about to say, I would probably pick an ADC that has some form of leap to get out of an Odin cage.
On her mid,
and also
please. For me,
no shot, no.
Ooh.
Anyway, that's Kronos mid for you, Phoenix. Anyway,
hey,
but to really help them get away from this Osiris and the Odin and stuff like that, I'm not really sure how On Her plays into Chiron as much into this particular meta, but I know that Chiron's really strong just in general, and so I'm excited to see this matchup between Bananakin and Peaceman. If Bananakin is actually playing the ADC role like we have here, I may just be bluffed. I don't know. But Kukulkan being hovered for the side of Ice Age and locking into Discordia here. Where is Bastende? Batman gets so mad at me for telling him he's not playing Discordia, and this is 2 different sets today that I've casted that has a Discordia in it. So Bastende, I'm sorry.
I have
anyway,
thoughts on Discordia.
Talk to me here, Phoenix. What do you think about this mid matchup between the Soul Discordia? I want strictly the mid matchup.
Okay, Soul broken, Discordia, Like Discordia's okay. She is a decent god. She does Discordia things. And having that passive on a Chiron or an Osiris jungle is going to be massive. However, Soul busted. Like, that god is dumb. That's
okay. Yeah.
So, and especially you're giving somebody, I would probably argue one of their better, if not best gods,
right?
Overall, I don't know. Maybe one day teams will let me play solo again.
Very well said from the mid laner himself, Mr. Birdbox Phoenix man. Anyway, so as far as looking here, I definitely know that Cerberus is going over into the solo lane. I don't think there's a shot in the world that Caribou is going to be playing Herc solo. He loves Cerberus. And Brotaco, if he's playing over in support, I think it's a pretty clear cut and dry what he's going to be playing. And it's typically one of the really aggro supports. He likes to play the tier. He likes to play the Hercules. He likes to play, those picks of the sort. So seeing the Hercules locked in is really no surprise to anyone here, or at least it shouldn't be. And so I think Hercules gets hurt a lot into Ganesh, Odin, Osiris. And Chiron is able to cleanse some of those. So I'd like to see Peaceman maybe cleanse some of those pulls and stuff like that may try to come their way. But overall, in general, I do like Ice Age draft a little bit more. Soul is still really strong, and we know this, right?
Indeed.
But overall, in general, I do think that I think Ice Age has the better overall draft here. Now, I think that this is the first week with Hunter playing for Ice Age, correct?
I believe so, because I
think he got traded I think he got traded on like the Monday after their set. If I'm not mistaken, I can't remember exactly. I mean, there's so many transactions for me to do out here. So, please, can teams, franchise owners continue to trade and make transactions to liven up my nights. Anyway, I got my Uber Eats on the way.
Image being in the wrong place. I have tried to mess with my spectator, and it will not save my settings no matter how many times I try. So
beautiful. Excuse me. Anyway, so your boy's got his Uber Eats on the way. We got game 1 under set right now, so super excited for this. And as we see, we see the benevolence being picked up.
Oh,
and we got to pause. Amazing.
Lovely. Okay,
we can
talk about some things. So we do have Fighter's Mask on both of the soul laners. Both junglers opting for the Mannequin Scepter, and I believe that Hunter is going to be going for the Ichval first item most likely. Discordia does opt for the tier 2 Karen's coin or Ratatouille, depending on which one he wants to go. Is going to get the benevolence later. I personally probably would have picked that start on Soul as well instead of rushing the benevolence, instead of starting the benevolence, but kind of go either way. I just think coin's definitely the better item rush. Interesting to note that Hercules did opt to go for the tier 1 cudgel first, as opposed to a Thebes. I'm not the support player here, but
so I definitely want to see what that item is going to turn into. I don't think there's any shot in the world that that's going to be a frostbound. I just don't see it. It could be, very much could be, so. and you could turn that benevolence into an animosity, and really just look to spice things up a little bit. But in all reality, I don't think that is. I mean, I'm not really familiar with those trees. I mean, what, Runeforge? I mean, what is Sledge? There's a few items that come to mind with that, but I'm not a fan of it. But
Sledge, Blackthorn, Frostbound, and Runeforged.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't really know what he's going to be going here.
Probably Sledge, I would say.
But even still, I don't think that item is very valuable, and I think that he'll get kind of poked out pretty easily from it. But we'll see how it works out for him here. It's going to be really difficult with the Ganesh being on the board, especially if he wants to pluck and stuff like that, able to actually ohm him and silence him out of that. But it's interesting for these different starts, and also the way that it'll impact pressure. So like over in duo, we see that the Chiron for the side of Ice Age, Peaceman going for the T2 Transcendence, and then we have a little bit of a different start between Brotaco and Kenny on what start they're going to go here. And I'm not sure if he doesn't want to go Thebes here, if he wants to try to get something a little bit more online, but we'll see how it works out. Bananakin, of course, opting to go for the bow build right now on this on here pick, probably going to rust the Ikke Ball, which of course he applies it really well with. So I'm not sure exactly. I mean, I would assume that the side of Banana Clan is going to be able to get a little bit more pressure here, just because they do have the Hercules. But I think that he could easily get poked out, and as we look, he only has 2 health pots, so it's a little difficult, and you're not giving yourself a lot of room to work with there.
This is very true.
So, but I mean, and then you see the mannequin start from both junglers, which I always thought that like Eye of the Jungle was kind of like the thing, especially for like auto attackers and stuff like that.
Well, now that it's buffed, it is definitely significantly better. Okay. I believe because it ramps up faster, and soon there'll be the bug fix patch, not bugs fix, quality of life fix to like make sure the healing's in.
Right.
Just make sure people get that for the little more sustain. I'm not a jungler, so I don't really experience it not working, but
right.
And all the junglers I play don't use mannequin anyway because haha laughs in Hebo. But I'm trying to think of the other thing I noticed. So Odin opted for an extra multi-pot as well, and Soul bought 3 health pots and 3 mana pots. Interesting.
So a lot of the times, for what I normally see is whenever you do the Fighters Math start, a lot of the times I just see they just go a Health Chalice and just walk over to lane, and that leaves you with no gold left over, and you just walk over to lane. You have your Health Chalice. You don't have to buy really anything much anymore. You're gonna have your blue buff, so you're not necessarily worried about running out of mana or anything like that. And also, I mean, you could, if you're looking at a box, of course, that the health pots and the multi pots, of course, popping up at the same time. It's kind of what you're looking for. But I don't, I'm not really sure. I between Odin and Cerberus, I would assume that the Odin doesn't really want to fight that early, especially into a Cerberus if he's going to Fighter's Mask. Typically, in the early game, especially Odin's early game, is pretty horrid. Not necessarily the best in the world, and so if he's able to get his 3 off and hit a stun onto Caribou, and Caribou's able to take some wave poke, stuff like that, maybe they'll get something going. But for the most part, I think that Caribou might actually have a little bit of an advantage. I don't know.
You would think so. I mean, Guardians are also kind of busted right now, and so
right.
I mean, I think they'll be back to a little bit, honestly, stronger at this point. after Tuesday if people are not building as much benevolence, because Vamp Shroud is going to be very strong for them until it gets nerfed, and even then I think it's still going to be fine. I don't know if it's bad item whatsoever. We'll see. I'm interested to see if the mid meta shakes out a little bit differently.
And I think something's got to be done about this gold spooling with benevolence here. I mean, it's ridiculously, it's
well,
nuts
right now.
I mean, what are they gonna do? Just take it out of the game?
No, they're hot. No, they're hot. They're making changes to it on Tuesday. The gold spooling is nerfed, and so is the it's now 85% gold instead of 90. So you're losing 15% of your regular gold income, and the gold per 5 is nerfed.
Okay,
as well.
But how much does that really affect? Like, you know what I mean? Like that seems kind of like a slap on the wrist on benevolence. Am I honest? Like, I don't know. I don't really hearing that, my small pea brain, I don't think that that's a big nerf, if I'm being completely honest. But I could be dumb. I don't know. I just think that like you're losing 15%. It's still good. It's absolutely busted right now, and people are of course abusing the hell out of it. And I think that they still want to keep it in the game, of course, for the supports and stuff like that to help them out. But I mean, in all reality, I think it's kind of a slap on the wrist.
So it is decrease base gold per 5 from 3 to 1, and then decrease gold per 5 per level from 0.5 to 0.3.
Again, I'm not the mathematician here.
Okay,
Ducky,
so
what's Ducky not the brightest one in the room here, but
okay, you're going from a base gold per 5. So at level 1, you get 3 gold per 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
At level 20, you would get 13. Now at level 1, you get 1. And at level 20, you would get
we're back in the game now.
8-ish. So
gotcha.
Oops, I clicked the wrong scene. My apologies.
Looks like we're back in the action. We're good to go here.
But missed the leap, but
yeah, so like this is kind of the thing that I'm talking about here. I mean, look at Brotaga's already taken a lot of poke here, and is forced to already use one of his pots. And now he's got to let that pot tick. And yeah, he only has 2 of them here.
As I say that.
Yeah, I mean,
early. I don't think you want to fight this Rags, my dude. You need to be very careful here.
Just use the 3 and just get out there. That's a really nice first blood, especially for an Osiris. And now look. Yeah, and he gets 2 kills here, and so that's absolutely huge for the boy, the Mama Spaghetti, which I'm still surprised he changed his name to that.
Both of them.
Double push coming in from Brotaco here. As Benedict tries to wall off that dash, and They
don't know he's here. I think they just spotted him out.
Absolutely. Give me just a second. I gotta get my food. My Uber Eats just got here.
All good. So we're gonna losing 2 kills to the Mannequin Scepter on the side of Osiris. Not necessarily exactly how you wanted to start the game, but it happens. So we are going to see. We do see 3 blinks on the side of Banana Clan. Interesting. And 5 sets of beads on the side of Ice Age. Very, very interesting. Interesting that they all have beads. I would like to think that they would. Actually, I'm not really sure if they need anything else right now, especially early game. We're going to see Peaceman and Kenny kind of bully Brotaco a little bit. He is going to get caught by the masterful shot, and he might go down here. Peaceman jumps in. Brotaco's going to live. Oh my god, with a beautiful pull, gets both sets of beads. That would have been beautiful when he landed it, but it's fine. You got both beads. We will take that and take it back to the bank with your chair. What a legend. Brotaco's nuts. Anyway.
Officially not.
They're going to be fighting. Legions does steal away the side harpy. Pressing a decent chunk of damage to these ADCs. It's been a very bloody duel lane so far. No more kills on the board, but
you can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I didn't know if I accidentally muted my mic before I dipped.
Nope, it's all good. Yeah, Brotaco's pull was actually cracked, like fully nuts. Oh, Bananakin with a very good leap. Getting himself out of dodge, getting himself out of the way.
All right. What's going on here? Let me catch back up. So we do see the full AK bowl being completely finished now for Mama Spaghetti for our boy Hunter. On this Osiris, which is pretty scary, if I do say so. Now the question is that what exactly are we assuming that this collie is going to be going into here?
It could be a hasten, it could be a stone cutting. I'm not quite sure what exactly Legis is going to want to go for. I've seen some hasten, I've seen some stone cutting sword. It really depends. I know stone cutting sword has seen a rise in popularity because it's been a pretty good item, but I'm not sure if that's what he's going to want to go for because I feel like he does have enough gold for it. Or most likely does, yes. They are going to go in for the red buff invade and are just going to steal it away for free. Legions is very, very low here. I'm not sure if this is necessarily a fight he wants to take with the Osiris that is looking very,
no, they're a little outnumbered here.
And there's the Dharmic Pillars, and there's the Dharmic Death. Kill over to Haggerty. Lord of the Afterlife comes in on Bananakin. Sorry, I was starting to yawn right as I was starting to yell at things. That was the worst timing ever. All right. Oh, blink. Brotaco does blink in, tries to look for the boulder. Does he take it? Oh, just slightly out of range. Beans in from Mama Spaghetti, so he looks to be fine to fight here, but as I say, that slash face does get a solo kill over onto Caribou. Very bloody game, all seemingly in favor of Ice Age.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you. I mean, right now we're sitting 5 kills ahead, just a little slight lead for the side of Ice Age here. But if this game continues the way that it is, I mean, this game's gonna be blown. Like the top's gonna get blown off real quick. And so, if you're a Banana Clan here, you got to be on time for your buffs coming up, since the buffs literally just got it for free. And this next Gold Fairy coming up is going to be absolutely huge. So they have to make sure that they don't get picked or they don't show up on the wrong side of the map. And they got to make sure that I mean,
Warden don't die.
Yeah, exactly. That's really what it is. Right now, you're playing for next Gold Fairy, and if I'm being completely honest, I wouldn't even pull the Scorpion here. Like, I know, but I'm saying I wouldn't pull it because now you're giving Ice Age more chances for farm on the map with the Pyromancer. Now the Gold Fairy is available, so
they
like
have one ward here.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a little sketchy for me, especially whenever they have a 5 kill lead right now and almost a 2K gold lead. We're 6 minutes into the game, and right now Ice Age has the advantage, and they want to continue to push that. And I mean, their whole side is warded up really well. They're getting prepared for this next Gold Fairy. They're going to get their items online, stuff like that. And then they're going to try to look for picks to get ready for this gold.
Oh, and as we say that, they are going to look for the red buff. It is secured by Banana Clan. Rags gets his red. They do lose their entire right side jungle, unfortunately. Mama Spaghetti is over there in time for it. Brotaco gets a lovely pull onto Kenny into the Stellar Burst. The ultimate is not burned by Rags. They're not going to commit. It's not going to do enough damage, unfortunately. As I said, I literally could not click my key fast enough when I saw he went over there. Mama Spaghetti does not even need to burn the ult. They burn the Odin Cage to get Caribou another death on the board. 0-2-0 for the Cerberus. Oh, Legends looks like he's just going to be soloed out here.
Yeah, no, I mean, right now.
Rampage, Brotaco. Oh, unfortunately, does miss the boulder.
No
That's
way.
Gotta hurt. It was very, very close. That's 5-0-2 on the side of Hunter. They steal away the blue buff as well. And as I say that, Peaceman gets a solo kill onto Bananakin. There's just all the way across the map, lots and things happening. Apologies, gentlemen and ladies of the stream. I'm trying.
This isn't looking too hot for Banana Clan right now. They're off to a really slow, rugged start. And the thing that you kind of don't want to do is feed an Osiris. But right now, 5-0-2. for Mama Spaghetti here. The Odin, we're getting towards the mid game now. His early game's out the window, and he has a 2.5 level lead. And over in duo, got another lead as well over on the ADC. Peaceman having about a 2.5 level lead over Bananakin, not a full 3. And you know, this just isn't looking too hot for Banana Clan right now. And there hasn't even been an objective to take off this map yet.
They are gonna pop the Dharmic Pillars. Blinking from Legions is gonna go in, does miss Flash, and is gonna get caught out here, but as you say that, I think they're going to go for an objective, but here comes Bananakin with the Desert Fury on the side of the map. He's going to try and go in. Does just pop this. Discordia Apple is thrown, but is not going to do much of anything. Legion's OMG is going to go in, but he's going to get caught by the Ganesh Dash. Lots of damage onto the Kali. Does finally use the ultimate to secure her not dying. Oh, and then the boulder from Bro Taco over the wall from downtown. The boulder would like to have a word with you, sir.
Well,
and yes, I just made the reference. It's fine. Anyway, moving on. Protaco's looking like a real menace on this Hercules. Almost gets the pull off of Kenny as well. Is Ganesh knock-up immune as Ash?
I believe so. Make it easier for everyone. I'm not sure. I don't know.
That was a joke from another stream, and I can't remember what the actual what the outcome of it was. Hold on, I'm gonna look because I am not a support player. Apologies. He's not. Okay. Nope. Apologies. Kara was gonna die again. Pretty sure. Yep. Slash Wraith gets another kill with the. What is that ability called? Gunger's Might. I was like the 3. That's another kill over to the side of the solo jungle of Ice Age. Looking very, very strong. Top of the player damage charts. I don't think the Collies necessarily had the effect that they wanted it to have, but I also don't think the Collies really necessarily needs to be fighting this early. Which it's not really early anymore, but... I do find it interesting that Rax has opted to not go for any of the typical soul items. Like the coin, the Typhons. It does have the Telekind's ring, but I'm not as big a fan of the Telekind's early just because you don't have the power that really would benefit from having Telekind's, but...
You know, my question is that, I mean, it looks like that he's struggling to find his footing here in these fights, and you know, we had said at the beginning of this cast, I don't think they get anything here. Yeah, they don't get anything here at all. But at the beginning of the cast, we were saying that it's one of Rag's most picked mid laners. And right now, I mean, just like we were talking about with the build, it's not necessarily like the typical soul build that you would see that I think you would get the. Well, I think that you would get the most benefit out of right now, right? I mean, I don't think you get as much benefit out of it. It's still good, like it's not like it's bad, right? But
no, I'm not stating that it's the build doesn't work. It's just it's not typically what we've been seeing from soul players recently.
Right,
you typically want a couple of damage items online before you're getting something like a Telekind's.
Right, and that's kind of what I was getting at, right? And I feel like that he's definitely just having to try to find his footing here, because I feel like that it's a little difficult right now, especially with what's going on. And you know, he still has a little bit of a lead on Hackney, which is a little surprising.
You're gonna see another solo kill.
Bananakin.
Peaceman, can you land it? Can you land it? Oh, the third
my God, that was
max downtown, right at the end, does take him out. Oh, the Odin might come in here, and the Odin's just gonna walk directly through the enemy jungle with no care in the world. He's level 14. There's not much this Kali can do.
I mean, and Ice Age is just getting a free gold period right now.
Ice Age is gonna get Gold Fury because they have 3 people over on right side, and they've even thrown Rags over here as well. I do think the Odin might go down here.
I don't know. We shall see. There are a lot of ultimates being used for him. Look at these cooldowns. I mean, he's dying, but look how much they put into him just to get that. The man already has, what, is that 30% cooldown with Genji's and Pridwin?
I believe so.
And he's going into a breastplate. He's going to be overcapped on cooldown.
CDR with blue buff, yeah. Unfortunately, does not land the flail. It happens. We do see the stone cutting sword coming out of Osiris, probably going into their Berserker Shield next.
In all reality, I think that if he wanted to actually get out there, he could have, because he used his leap. He up down on the Kali.
Yeah, I think he wanted to try and commit to the Kali kill, which I mean, I get it, but also
can we talk about this like no? Can we talk about this no power Kali build right now?
I don't love Oboe on Kali. I just don't. I just think you need a little bit more damage. But
well, the thing is that Oboe's fine on Kali, right? It's almost needed.
But early?
No, you can. So here's the thing. A lot of times you can go like Kins, because a lot of times you rush Kins on Kali. So you can go Kins Oboe into Hastened. Because like I mean you're sticking to somebody with Hastened and Oboe.
There's a ward here. There's a ward here. There's a ward here.
But like what are you gonna do? You're hitting them for like 25 in auto. I mean you're getting a little bit extra proc with the mannequins, but I just don't think that you're getting a lot of value out of it. But
compared to the Ikuo stone cutting sword Berserker Shield now fully completed. Was that a disco apple?
Yeah,
that was a disco apple.
That was a disco apple. Accident.
I think.
I see you, Haggerty. I see you.
Haggerty, we saw that. Just
the all-knowing
pluck. Let's push him into tower. Get a couple of tower shots in, but just want a clear wave. They want to stop getting bullied at this point. Oh, the cage in from the Odin. Unfortunately, Bertako's does miss, but does get the double pluck into the double stun. Shutdown gold onto the soul from Slat onto Mama Spaghetti. Does Beastman land the third? He does not land the third snipe. Unfortunately, Bertako does get away with his life. I mean, that's some big shutdown gold on the soul. I mean, the soul is definitely, right now, I would argue their win condition is the only person on their entire team with the lead. And you just got the massive shutdown gold from Hunter dying.
Yeah, and I mean the thing is that if you're Ice Age, like you don't want to bite off more than you can chew there. And whenever like they have like the same numbers advantage, you know, you don't have a fire giant or anything like that, or like I mean you get down both the side lanes T1 towers are completely gone, right? But you don't want to like throw part of this and try to bring Banana Clan back into this by letting them pick away here and there. You know, I mean they got like a level and a half lead over in mid. And if they continue to try to play around that, then like that's going to be the hard part, because that's where they just tried to drive the spear right through, and that's the highest level in the lobby with rags. You know what I mean? So it's a little difficult. It's a little questionable for doing that, but if anything, they just need to try to put more pressure onto the soul, but not necessarily like go so hard into getting.
They're kind of tossing everything into the soul and not really getting much out of it, because soul's just going to immune and go ha 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 and then run away. So, or use all of her abilities and just kill you anyway. Oh, Legions is going to get caught by the Strife, but I don't believe they got those.
Let's go! I mean, that's just.
Dharmic Pillars are used by Kenny. Greg's desperately trying to clear out the Odin Cage walls, but Caribou does jump in. Does he use the Service Ultimate? He does. Two caught in. Peaceman's caught out very low, but it does get the Giddy up out. And Sasha takes a little bit of damage, but it's not a lot.
You know, it's still not the worst thing in the world for Banana Clan right now. But right now, you got the Oni Fury spawning back up. Your support is completely out of the picture for the next 9 to 10 seconds. So as this thing comes up, of course, he's going to head straight over there. He's already finished off the Sovereignty. I don't know what he's going into for that item, but Banana Clan decides that they're going to take the Pyromancer, which Ice Age responding with an Oni Fury, which I feel like is a way more valuable trade. And
I think
especially
opposite.
You think so?
I think Ice Age was going for the Gold Fury, and Banana Clan said, we need something. Oh, beautiful pluck in from Brotaku and Mama Spaghetti. Another death on the board. These plucks are getting ridiculous.
Well, especially, I mean, getting taking out a 7-2 Osiris off the map, which essentially is like the biggest thing going for them right now.
Exactly.
I mean, like your ADC is only down by 1 level, but I think at the current moment it's a big jungle gap at the moment. I mean, your jungler's 0-5 and down. Probably about, if it wasn't for that last time or for Mama Spaghetti dying there, it would have been roughly around 3.5 levels. Right now, I mean, he's going really hard, top PD in the lobby, and just doing really well. And he's essentially able to do whatever he wants to a specific point. You know, that last time, you know, he's starting to kind of slow down a little bit as everybody's starting to catch back up now, and the soul is really starting to come online. Damage is starting to rise each and every single fight, and it's a scary thing if you're Ice Age here, because small losses like that could lead into bigger stuff. And animosity being already picked up
first
right now, which
has been purchased in the lobby.
You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that's bad. Right now, you can pick it up later, but you still want to get the extra passive gold from Benevolence up until level 20, up until you get your items online. You know, you could finish that last essentially, so that way you could be able to get your items online.
I would agree. I mean, I think for some gods at a certain point, it's more beneficial to get the damage spike from Benevolence or from Animosity, sorry, than it is to realistically finish your build. Personally, is what I found. I feel like the power spike is pretty nice for cough Chronos abuse, but it's fine.
Right.
But I think Soul does enough damage without it that I think you can get away with not buying it earlier. Like, I think finishing the Demonic, possibly getting the Tahuti, which is, I would assume, is going to be next, but I'm not really sure what Rike's going to want to go here. I do think he should go some sort of penetration item besides. He does not have any flat pen at all. I think maybe going for a Spear of the Magus or something.
Right, I mean,
or he might be selling the Bang Cross for it. Who knows? I'm not really sure what his build path is going to go, but and here's the pull in.
We'll get back to that in a little bit. As continuing going on here, as we do see the Odin cage being popped out. Slashface trying to dive in by himself. Legions finally comes onto the board 21 minutes into the game and gets a kill on the Kali, or gets a kill on the Chiron there, which is actually really good for him there.
Caribou jumps in.
And just a lot going on right here, as they're just kind of scattered. Nothing really too crazy going on. Dormant Pillars coming out, and it looks like that Slashface might be in a little bit of trouble here. And Mama Spaghetti gets a kill on Shenanigans, because nobody was keeping tabs on this Osiris this whole time. And Slashface now just causing havoc in the backline. They're going back and forth, not necessarily grouped up here. And this fight is a little off, a little weird, but you know, they're continuing on over in the mid lane. Mama Spaghetti getting ran down by both the front line. It's just a lot happened for only 3 deaths to go down.
Yeah,
but
I mean, I'm not really sure why Rags was up by himself. It was a very, very aggressive position. They do look like they want to try and go for this Fire Giant. As 2 people trying to go for it. I mean, there's an Odin there. I think this needs to be very careful. I think Soul's just going to die. She's not going to get the immunity fast enough. And that just looks like, thank you for the leash, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the Fire Giant. Oh, and they're not going to choose to go for it because I think there's still enough numbers.
Their ADC's nowhere to be found.
And they don't have an ADC, so tough, unfortunate.
You know, it's a bad call, but in the spur heat of the moment, I like it because you're probably trying to catch Ice Age slipping right now. You have the soul that's able to burn down that Fire Giant. Maybe try to sneak one out on them, and that way, you know, you're delaying them more than it. Like, it's not necessarily you're doing it to get an advantage. You're doing that to kind of slow them down a little bit, for them to pump the brakes for the side of Ice Age, because now that's just going to spawn a Gold Fury that's going to come up here for Ice Age, which I think is pretty free for them because nobody else is around. They're on her Vanikin's over in the left side lane, and I do think that right now, I mean, we're going to see what Ice Age decides to do here, and decides that they're going to rotate over onto Bananakin right now. But they're not necessarily all grouped up here, as we do see Legions is just getting absolutely annihilated. Dormant Pillars and the Osiris combo is going to send him back to the gray screen. Continuing going on here, I mean, Chiron kind of hurts, doesn't he? And as of right now, continuing to try to push up this mid-wave slash face is just able to do Odin things and just going to run around. And right now, I mean, they have a 5v4. And it looks like they want to try to pull this Fire Giant now or try to bait them into a fight over here around this Fire Giant pit.
Absolutely. I mean, to be fair, yes, the Chiron does hurt, and I completely agree with that. But also, this soul is hurting massively on this side of Banana Clan. Caribou, I'm not really sure exactly what he was trying to go for there.
He just got caught out.
Does not catch Rags in the cage, so he is able to get out. Peaceman with the snipes onto Caribou. Vortaco goes down, and this is a Fire Giant call from the side of Ice Age. Whew.
That just started with a little bit of poor positioning. And I think that Caribou just got caught out there. I mean, unfortunately, that's just the way it is. And back to the gray screen you go. And as of right now, I don't think there's anything that's going to be able to confirm for the side of Banana Clan here. Try to steal.
Kenny don't die to Fire Giant. Oh, thank God.
No, Kenny's not that bad. He's not going to die to Fire Giant. But I mean, as of right now, Ice Age has about a 10K gold lead. Looking really strong right now. We're 24 minutes into the game, and I think that now is going to be the time where we're going to start seeing these 2-2 towers starting to be knocked down and eliminated. And if you're the side of Banana Clan, it's a little difficult. You're starting to pucker up here a little bit because now Ice Age has the advantage. Their foot is on the gas, and they're the ones that's actually like having a hold on this game. And so if you're the side of Banana Clan, he's got to make sure that he's got to farm up, get what you can. And maybe try to split the map a little bit and maybe look to defend some birds here. But it all depends on exactly what this team is looking for. I don't think you take a head-on fight with Ice Age at the moment.
100% no.
I think it's been looking really rough for them. And I don't think that Banana Clan has the best defense, if I'm being completely honest with you. I mean, their defense doesn't. It's more of like an attack. They have more of the dive. Offense sort of siege. They have like a more siege team, right? Between the Cerberus and the Hercules, Kali going in, Soul, on her, they're able to shred those towers and so on and so forth. But I don't think they really do well on the defense end. Whereas the other side for Ice Age, if they were on the defensive end, they have a Discordia, which is really good at applying or strifing multiple people at a time, and also on top of that, with Odin, Cage blocking them off. Excuse me. Chiron able to cleanse, heals, so on and so forth. Ganesh is just Ganesh. Drop the Dormant Pillars and everybody wants to get away. So, but right now that could also be used on the offensive end for Ice Age, which is really strong for them. So they definitely got to be careful here. Taco gets a pull, but nobody else is around. Dormant Pillars are being forced out, and now they're just caught on the end. Phantom Veil being forced out, and Peaceman gets a kill on the Brotaco. It's unfortunate for the way that happened, but they get one pick, and in all reality, he's going to look for probably. I mean, Odin Cage is already down, but trying to put in some work here as Mama Spaghetti gets a kill on Bananakin. Is now the onslaught is continuing as he's trying to go in now for Rags, and he wants that kill, and he does end up getting it. But Rags is able to shut him down there as a Kali now. I think that Legis is going to die once he comes out of this, and that's. There we go. Slash is able to get the kill onto the there, and now Caribou is next in sight. As long as this right side Phoenix goes down, and I think that Ice Age might be looking for an end here. They have Peaceman up and available. Haggerty is here, and I think that they just shred this thing down. Only two people available, both tanks, and now this Odin Cage is going to completely block them off. Dormant Pillar's out, and that's going to be game one. Ladies and gentlemen, Ice Age is able to take that, and remarkable gameplay, and
I have been humbled once.
Pretty clean for the most part.
I would say so, yeah.
I just think that they took advantage of a lot of stuff, whereas Banana Clan, it seemed like they were trying to find their footing in a lot of these fights, and unfortunately, it's just playing from behind with that kind of team is a little unfortunate. With the Hercules and on her Kali from behind is awful to play into or to play again or play with. Sorry, and so it's just unfortunate. And so I think that going into game two, what are you? Let's ask a question here. I mean, what do you think you try to take away? I mean, you're taking away this Osiris, and getting Mama Spaghetti off of it because he was causing a lot of issues. But I think it was a combination of the double, triple front line that they had going. You know.
Why did it close that? That's weird. Sorry, I have to restart my game. Honestly, I really don't know because we recently played against the team that the team that Mama Spaghetti or Hunter, as he's also referred to, is currently on or was previously on, and Beating Frenzy, and I believe we did end up banning the Osiris. But I think just Hunter loves the Warriors. He loves the Gilgamesh, the Osiris, the Amaterasu, the you name it. He's most likely going to be playing it in jungle, pretty much. So he does have that to his name, but I'm not sure because if you ban it, what do you give up? That's the question. I just deleted the bans from game 1. I just reset it.
You know, I think you take away either the Odin or the Osiris. Personally, I think that either I don't know. I think that Slash Face was causing a lot of issues, but I think that the Osiris was a big problem. I think in all reality, I think you look into taking away one of the two because I think they're both somewhat manageable playing into. I think that Odin is harder to play into, just with the cage and the lockdown and stuff like that. And so I would probably take away Odin, even though that the Osiris was putting in more work. It seemed like and was just being an absolute menace. I think that a lot of that wouldn't necessarily happen if there wasn't an Odin also causing a lot of disruption and caging and stuff like that. Like they made it a living hell for the backline of Banana Clan, and I think a lot of it stemmed from that Odin. And I think that Mama Spaghetti was able just to kind of free reign on a lot of that stuff. And on top of that, Kenny throwing out the Dormic pillars inside of the Odin cage was incredible, I'd say. Good. But it hurts really bad if you're the side of Banana Clan, and that's definitely not something that you would want to go into again. So I think a lot of it just stems from the Odin, and that's what I would personally take away as opting to take away Set once again, as Ice Age is taking away Tiamat. Athena also being taken up off the board. Still no Odin ban here. Morgan Le Fay, and as we probably will see, Gilgamesh being taken away. I mean, I'm not really sure if Banana Clan wants to exactly play it or something, but I mean, we'll see. Unless they want to try to first pick the Odin and or Osiris. And,
they did first pick the Soul last time, so they could be looking for that again. I do think Soul is a very strong pick, and I don't think Rags necessarily played poorly on it. I don't think it was a bad pick for them, but I think them taking the Soul gave Ice Age too much agency in draft to be able to say, okay, we'll just take everything good. We'll take the Osiris, we'll take the Odin, and then they were like, oh, well, we have to take something a little less optimal for mid. That's fine. We still have Odin, Osiris, Chiron, Ganesh.
Also, if Ice Age is picking up a Soul, it's going to be going to ADC. I don't see a world where Haggerty's going to be playing Soul in mid. And I mean, I could be wrong, but Banana Clan taking some good advice, I would say, and taking away the Odin.
If you don't want to play it, just get rid of it.
Yeah, I just think a lot of the issues stemmed from the Odin cage and the tankiness and the cooldowns.
This is looking like games against me. A third mid lane ban. The Soul is banned out.
Well, it's also like the most busted gods in the game right now.
And I feel like I'm a prophet sometimes. Gilgamesh is locked in for Banana Clan. They're taking our advice. Pick something good. Pick something strong. Take it away from them.
Now, the question is, yeah, I knew it. I knew it. I was just about to say it. I knew it. I was gonna say, don't be surprised if we get a Sobek and an Osiris here.
As we learned from game 2 from our store set today, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. We literally picked Osiris and Yamoja both games because you know what, it worked. And we ran back the same bands, and we got to our first 2 picks, and we gave them Morgan Le Fay, and we said, okay, what do we want here? And it's like, well, Yamoja and Osiris are up, and they didn't ban it, and it worked last game, so why the heck wouldn't it work this time? So we just picked it, and it worked. So cool. Or the only thing is, sometimes that's different. If you've lost on something, as our good friend in the league Waddles would say, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing multiple times and expecting a different result. However, Donzaburo and Kakalan locked in for the side of Banana Clan, so they gave Caribou Kakalan instead of the Cerberus that he's very comfortable with, and Donzaburo on the Bananakin on the Donzaburo.
Which I know that he's a little bit comfortable on this Donzaburo as well. Still a really strong pick, but into a Chiron, you know, they're just kind of running back the same stuff here. Peaceman on the Chiron, and you're able to actually kind of cleanse yourself of the Donzaburo taunt. It's seen it happen plenty of times. Chiron's pretty good into Donzaburo as well, especially if he tries to use his 3 to get out, and you still have the dead shot or whatever it's called, the Chiron 2.
Indeed.
Then you can just immediately spot the Donzaburo once again. So and also but I do like the Donzaburo pick. I think Donza is strong, and I think that Chiron is strong. But I mean, as of right now, I think the draft for Ice Age is looking better than what it did in game 1 because they don't have a Ganesh.
Because they don't have a Ganesh. It's basically just their team comp up better. They are waiting a little bit. Oh my god, the respect ban comes out. They don't want to see it. The people want it, but unfortunately it is not going to happen, and I cannot find the god for the life of me. There it is. The Agni ban. It happened. 308 Ragni is not here today. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. He's not to be seen. We do see a Syllaban as well. Oh, and as we see this, they are just realistically, they have banned 5 mid laners against Rags today in game 2. And then what I find interesting is that Banana Clan has opted to ban 2 more mid laners. So you're taking more mid laners off of the table. That gives.
I mean, don't be surprised if we see another Discordia pickup here.
I wouldn't be surprised either. I mean, it worked for them. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I mean, you literally just run back the same thing.
However, we are going to see a different pick here. We are going to see the lock-in of the Loki. Oh, please don't pick that.
In all reality, if he looked that good on the Osiris and you're able to cause a little bit more disruption with the Loki, then I think that Mama Suikide is still gonna have a really good game this upcoming game. And Kukulkan and Terra rounding out the draft for Banana Clan. So I mean, I think they got a lot of lockdown. And also, I mean, if you get caught inside the Gilgamesh ult, the combos that you're able to have with the Donzaburo and Kukulkan, like, I mean, that's obviously a Gilga jungle. So we getting the rotations in, and like they have a lot of CC on their side with the taunt, with the Tarek root, and also the stun. With the Gilgamesh dropkick, they got a lot of CC that's on their side. And Ice Age rounding it out with a Thoth pickup. I'm not sure because my thing is that I'm like a Thoth Raijin one trick in ranked. If you guys see me in your ranked games and I'm playing mid, just ban one of those 2 or ban both of them. Anyway, so in all reality, I'm not sure how I feel about the Thoth into what they have here, but able to kind of keep your distance, stay back, and just poke.
And I think that they have actually a good solid follow-up off of a Sobek pluck, or anything else of the sort. I think that, Kenny playing on the Sobek is going to be really strong, and I think that if it's a lot of bursts too, and so I think around these objectives and stuff like that, because especially if they want to confirm something, I think it would. I think it would really help with if you're trying to out confirm a Kukulkan, or if you're trying to steal something, whatever. I think it's a fine pick. But overall, in general, I mean, are we still waiting?
We're still waiting. No, the timer is gone. I think. Oh nope, there it is. Okay,
we're good. I was about to say they didn't put low delay on. Like, what's going on here?
I would have been very mad. No, honestly, if the load delay doesn't happen for like the 2 o'clock sets, like fine, it's whatever. It is what it is. When it's the 7:30 sets and everyone's
burning rage,
and then you have the EU players that want to go to sleep.
Burning rage, dude.
My favorite moment was during finals last season. The lovely Mr. Mozart's. I have a clip of it somewhere. It goes, "Hey guys, I know this is a bad time. We were in the middle of Game 4, by the way. Our game winning, our like season winning game." And he goes, "Hey guys, do we have some pause time?" We're like, "Yeah, why?" And he goes, "Because I don't know how to ask this, but I really have to go to the bathroom." Like the sweetest way of asking. We're like, I mean, we just got a fire giant, so sure.
Jeez.
We paused for 2 minutes for him to run into the bathroom, but we're great teammates. Anyway, so we are seeing Mama Spaghetti on the Loki and Slash Face on the Osiris. Mama Spaghetti has been terrorizing Thor with this Loki for a long time. I don't know if anyone's seen the screenshots, but his Loki games early in the season were very, very good. Surprisingly, that god made it through second phase of bans. There's a lot of talk of that god being the best jungler in the game right now, and I can definitely see it. That god is very stinky in a lot of different ways. I do hope that, secretly hope that the new skin gets banned from competitive play, because when you get blinded by that, you can't see a damn thing. Also, okay, I'm just not a Kukulkan person. Like, you either like that god or you don't. Personally, yeah. I'm just not in the camp. I'm not in the Church of Kukulkan. I'm not. Like, I think he's an okay god. He does what he needs to get done, but I just think he gets dove too often. It's similar to me. It's very similar to Poseidon, where Poseidon has even less of an escape. I heard he does stand in the middle of the tornado. Unfortunate.
Well, I mean, going into this early, you you kind of have to, because you're not able to really. I mean, you gotta full clear that wave, and you don't really have the best range in year one. And interesting, not okay.
Doesn't land.
I'm looking for a little bit more pressure over in this mid lane right now. And that's kind of what Kukulkan's able to provide. Is we do see now Bananakin decides to not beads, and he lives. He's able to live. Oh, really close there on that, but he's able to live that Sobek plug. Decides not to bead, which he
almost forgot on this. Says beads. Does he get the kill? Oh, and Haggerty dashes in for the first blood. They're loving that. I don't know if Loki wouldn't have made it. So it was a kill secure, not a kill steal.
Yeah, kill secure. It wasn't say. Nah.
Oh, and does Slashface get another solo kill onto Caribou? Unfortunately,
I mean, Osiris is really strong. Just overall in general. And I mean, Haggerty's already backed and got his benevolence online. Obviously, Rag's looking for this Book of Thoth pickup here.
Blinking from Kenny. I think he just grabs.
He's just hovering.
Here.
There's the beads.
Does finally get the beads. Tries to bait it a little bit.
We get the SpongeBob time card of 2 hours later. Kenny decides to pluck. and finally gets it off, but Bananakin able to beat that. But now they just got to be really careful here. I mean, they don't have all the pressure in the world with the Terra and with the Danzaburou here. I mean, Sobek and Chiron both really strong, high pressure over in the dual lane. So you got to be careful. I think once Terra gets a little bit more online, I mean, I just think that her early is just kind of not very good.
It's pretty lackluster. I mean, I think she's definitely a good god, especially late game, but to struggle a little bit in the very early stages of the game.
We see a hog just now being used by Rotaka. That was interesting enough. I guess he didn't use it on the. Yeah, I would say I guess he didn't use it on the first buff, but able to use it there, of course. And
Caribou jumps underneath tower, just get a little bit more damage off.
I think he definitely wants to try to apply more pressure, and with the
he does have the blink. I think he's going to try and blink rage, but I don't think Slashface is going to give that to him necessarily.
No, not at all.
And but I mean, as we're saying, that back camps invade from Loki, but here he comes. He is going to come. Oh, he's just going to go for the farm instead. I lied. Taco is brought right now. Kenny, I don't know how in the bloody heckles that one missed, but
of course Kenny misses a Sobek plug.
Glanced off of him, unfortunate, but as we see,
they have to be really careful.
Blink in with the drop kick.
I mean, a lot's going on here, and Chiron ultimates. Just I think it was using it for the CCU maybe or something. I'm not entirely sure, but
I think so.
I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe he thought he was able to kill, but wasn't able to actually do so. But a good rotation coming in from Legions, getting a little bit active in this early, but unfortunately didn't lead to anything for the side of Banana Clan. But as Ice Age has already taken back over that pressure over on the duo side, and I think right now Peaceman's gonna get his Transcendence online, and Bananakin's got to be really careful here. Doesn't have any mana. Is able to get his beads back up before they come back, and I don't even think he's gonna have the gold to get to. Yeah, he's not gonna have the gold to get into the T2 Trans or to get into Transcendence. Sorry, or no, he is.
He is. Interesting.
I was a little bit ahead of gold. I was looking at the wrong way. They both back at the same. I guess that's just the perks of benevolence or something, because they both backed at the same exact time. They're even across the board.
Peaceman is not a benevolence yet.
Well, that's what I'm saying. And we had T1 we had T1 Trans for the side of Bananakin. They back at the same exact time. Now Bananakin has the benevolence and he has Trans instead of the tier 2 and right. You see what I mean? He goes a full Transcendence when he only had T1. They back at the same exact time, and they were both able to buy Transcendence there. So I actually didn't think that it would make that much of a difference, but that's really good for them. And also Danzaburou able to get the extra gold as well in his passive, and so coming in from hitting the sake bags and stuff like that. So of course that helps. So that's a I like to see that, honestly, and that puts him, I guess, at a little bit of an advantage here. We are seeing Kenny. He's trying to contest this Great Scorpion here, and Banana Clan's able just to get that for themselves. And if you have the early pressure, it's always kind of something that I've been told is if you have the early pressure and you have a little bit more of the early game, and you want to play around gold faster, then you definitely want to get that done. But for the side of Banana Clan, I mean, they could just be giving it to him here, but as Brotaco is probably in the sights of the next upcoming pluck from Kenny, but nothing really available for them. Just got to play it safe over in this duo side, and they're just gonna go ahead and back off.
Looking from Caribou
right now, Caribou is just putting the paws on Slashface right now in this Kakulin. I mean, fighting really, really strong, and he's not on the tanky Guardian as we saw with the Cerberus in the last game. He's able on something to apply a little bit more pressure here in the early with the Kakulin, and it seems to be working out pretty well for him right now. As he's continuously having to force Slashface into backing, and right now that kind of frees up Legions to kind of run at the back camps and kind of get a little bit more farm there. As right now you got to be careful getting caught out on this right side of the map, as they can look for a pick and rotation elsewhere.
Face my inner fire.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely a lot more even than it was at this point in the game last game. I think Clan knows that they are not ready to be fighting here. Rags looks like he's going to be caught out trying to go for the mid camps. Does land the Spirit of the Nine Winds onto Mama Spaghetti, but unfortunately does not end up in a kill and does fall. Unfortunate.
That was beautiful. That's what I like to see. That was a big play there, Kenny. Good job, bud. Gets the beads were pulled from the Loki onto the Kukulkan. Kenny immediately goes in and goes for a blink pluck as Mama Spaghetti throwing down. That Loki AoE ability. I don't even know what it's called, but that ability there.
Flurry strike.
No. It was the one that's on the ground target. Anyway, I'm not worried about that, but the
Loki.
Terra. Dingus.
Agonizing visions.
Yeah, so he throws it onto the agonizing visions. Yeah, anyway.
I fixed it.
I don't even know what you did.
Expert mode. It gets rid of the stuff at the bottom and it makes some of the keybinds easier. I have tried fixing my HUD about 6 times and none of it sticks, and I don't know why. It's being annoying.
Technical difficulties. That's why we call it
technical difficulties. This is true. Kenny looks like he's gonna gets booted into the wall. Does dash out though.
Oh, he's fine.
It's Sobek. He's fine.
It looks like they want to try to put some pressure over on this red buff right now, as the sides of Ice Age right now over and trying to invade on that.
This looks like it might be a fight over here. Legions, I believe, does secure the red buff, but Banana Kid looks like he's going to be caught out. The winds of Shamash are good, but Mama Spaghetti gets domed by the Spirit of the Nine Winds. Peaceman's doing a whole booty load of damage. Just take out Legions with the... I don't even know what that ability name is called. Kenny's very, very low, but I don't know if he's going to...
he's able to live. I mean, he's so big, He's a tanky boy. He's sitting over the side of the Terra. And, I mean, there's a lot of, like... I don't know.
It's a lot of weird, scrappy fighting.
Yeah, I feel like these teams are, like, I don't want to say evenly matched, but I feel like that they're pretty, like... evenly matched as far as this game goes right now. It's just a lot of like back and forth. That was a really big Spirit of the Nine Winds coming in from Rags there, able to get Mama Spaghetti off of his target on the Dons of Burrows. So, the thing with Ice Age, they got to be really careful, going for these invades. And in all reality, it kind of sucks because if Kukulkan's able just to kind of free cast his damage abilities on top of his ultimate, it's not necessarily the most ideal situation, especially this early. Especially this early, and especially in those close quarters there. It's a recipe for disaster for the side of Ice Age. But in all reality, I mean, they weren't able to get the red buff, but Caribou getting a kill over inside the right-hand side of the map, able to kill Mama Spaghetti off of a gank that they tried to get. Yeah, and he's trying to, but I don't think he's going to be able to. And he's just as good as dead. Haggerty able to get the kill on the Caribou here and kind of put him in his place a little bit. As of right now you got the Gold Fury being picked up for the side of Banana Clan as they saw the rotation over on the right-hand side of the map. Excuse me. And Peaceman's got to be really careful here, as now Kenny and Peaceman are trying to put in the work here, as now the Terra is really low. The Spirit of the Nine Winds lands once again. He's 100% right now. Rags is just putting on a show.
With this Terra stun, he's gonna go down.
Yeah, I mean, I think Kenny's just as good as dead here. I don't think they pick up this Gold Fury though, because they do have a Thoth that's standing right around the corner with the Final Judgment ready to go. And so I don't think that is a fight that they exactly want to take. But really good play for the side of Banana Clan there. And unfortunately, that's not what you want to do if you're Ice Age. And like, you get a nice little kill over on the right-hand side, but you got to be careful. I mean, you want to defend that Gold Fury, but not necessarily like that. Unfortunately, that's just, it is what it is. And the Kukulkan, once again, not really a lot of pressure being applied onto the 0308 Rags here. He's able to just kind of do what he wants as a Kukulkan, and it's a terrifying sight because if you get going and get rolling, then that god is gonna send you to the gray screen faster than you can say Mama Spaghetti. You know.
Slashface is not rotating to a team fight, correct?
Correct.
I think once Slashface rotates, I think Rags is going to have a significantly more difficult time dealing with a Loki diving, plus a Sobek pluck, plus Osiris jumping in on him. I think he's going to have a little bit less free casting time. Oh, pluck does land. Beads are used, but too late.
Boosh beads. Oh, and Kenny now might pay the price for that. As right now, I mean, they're taking a one-on-one. Mama Spaghetti not winning that fight against Legion's OMG.
The Donza Burrow does come in.
Yeah, he might be as good as dead. Mama Spaghetti fall into Bananakin there as that Donza Burrow rocket now coming in. And Banana Clan starting to come alive here a little bit off of what seemed like a little bit of a... Oh, man. Peace Man forced into the ultimate, but he is just going to fall trying to get a kill. But unfortunately, Legion's OMG able to secure the kill into him. And now, this is exactly what you want if you're the side of Banana Clan. Able to pull this Gold Fury now. Unfortunately, whenever Kenny went and got the pluck, there was really nobody else around that was able to hit him there. And the final judgment just a little bit too early, and I believe that it did miss the Gold Fury. I'm not exactly sure, but if anything, it was a little early. And now Banana Clan able to secure that Gold Fury. And right now, looking pretty good. Pulling it together. And this is a different team from what we saw in Game 1, and that is for sure.
How many times does this man have to land his ultimate?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like a magnet on this. I don't know.
I think he has aimbot on the Spirit of the Nine Winds ability.
Apparently.
I saw him miss a couple of sneezes, so I know it's not on all of his abilities. I think it's just for the Spirit of the Nine Winds. I think is he has that auto aim on. He has that aimbot. You know, he has a shark pack, whatever it's called.
Definitely have a significantly better game on the Kokoko that he did on the Soul.
Yeah,
I don't think he had a bad game on the Soul, but I just think he just wasn't able to do enough. Was the problem? It wasn't that he wasn't doing anything. He just wasn't able to do enough for his team to really get the advantage from him having a lead, because everybody else was just so brutally far behind.
I think that personally, Banana Clan as a whole is having a lot better game, and we even said this, is that Rags couldn't necessarily find his footing in a lot of these because his team was just kind of getting their stuff pushed in. As of right now, they got to be really careful here. Almost gets caught out. But it doesn't even really matter because not a lot of damage was put out on the Rags there. There's nothing on this left-hand side of the map, so they're definitely going to be hovering over on this right-hand side. And I think that what's actually kind of changing the side for Banana Clan is whenever they decided to go for this triple front line, taking a page out of Ice Age book, and trying to pull that one off, because now Gilgamesh and this Kukulkan is able to probably create a little bit more space now for this Kukulkan. And it's probably going to help out Rags a lot more than they think, you know. And he's having a really good game, but I think that it kind of goes without saying that I think that the rest of the team is just playing really well, and they look a little bit more comfortable, and they look more together. And like, I'm really happy with the way the Banana Clan's playing right now. I really do.
I agree. I mean, this is just definitely a better look for them. I think Rags is having a better game. I think that Legions is having a significantly better. He's 1-3, but it's way better than the Kali performance we saw earlier. He just wasn't able to find exactly what he wanted to on the Kali. Protagonist, be careful. He is level 11, just the dash out of Haggerty, but
now the thing that concerns me now for the side of Brotaco is the lack of the magical defense, which is, you know, it's fine. You got a little bit of that from the Thieves, but going into the Lotus Crown, and then of course now going into the Sov, not necessarily. I mean, Lotus Crown gives you a little bit, right? It gives you like 30. Doesn't it give you like 30 of each with magical and physical? Or no, it only gives you physical prots. So it's 60 physical prots. So he's loaded up on phys prots.
But the passive is 20 of each.
Right, but even still, but that's off of the heals, correct? And oh my God, Spirit of the Nine Winds would have landed if it wasn't for the the Lord of the Afterlife. Is now Rags is just getting absolutely ran down right now. And it looks like that Caribou wants to try to put in some work here. Good body blocks coming in. Slashface able to take down Brotaco. As now, oh my goodness, Donza Burrow coming out, and Kill Kev. Kenny looks like he might just be on the Kill Kev. Never mind, he gets away. But now Haggerty gets caught out, and I don't really know. His dash has already been used. Legion's OG trying to continue the onslaught. going in, but now he's just gonna die. Peaceman makes his rotation in, and now Chiron is just putting in a bunch of work as he's able to take him down. Slash face able to finish off the kill on the Caribou there, and now a deicide for the side of Banana Clan for what thought that they were doing so good, just kind of got flipped on the wayside, and now Ice Age is back in control.
Is that a 5 for? That was a 5 for 0 after all of that. Oh my god, I'm in shambles right now. What even happened? Like, the fight looked okay. Like, things were kind of, there was some damage going out, and then Rags died, and then everybody else ran in, and then everybody else died. And
you know what's actually crazy to me is through all that, I'm not sure if it was up the entire time, but Haggerty still has both his relics. And so, like, my man was getting smacked around and everything by this Gilgamesh, and I guess he just had faith in his team or something. I don't know. I may have to go back and look at that, but I don't think he even used his relics. Because, like, I don't think that those things just came back up on coincidence. I mean, they could be, but I'm not really entirely sure. But, I mean, right there was just, like, I just think that, unfortunately, with that Gilgamesh, he just wasn't able to finish off the kill on the Haggerty. And, you know, they kind of flipped the fight on the wayside whenever Peaceman showed up and hit a nice combo into an ultimate from the Chiron. And just, man, that was a thing of beauty. A thing that we love to see.
Indeed. They do look like they're going to be going for some sort of World Fury play here. Kenny looks like he wants something. Just get taunted. Does pluck Bananakin directly in. The Boosh beads again, unfortunately.
The final judgment came out and actually clipped Brotaco there. They're still going here. I mean, they're over at their Phoenix line right now. Ice Age is still taking a fight over to them as Brotaco is probably going to be out on the lunch menu here. Mama Spaghetti able to take him down here. And just so much more is going on here. And the Spirit of the Nine Winds coming in and lands on the Peaceman, but not able to do anything there. As now Slashface taking out Caribou once again. And I think that the onslaught is just going to continue. Ice Age looks like they're really feeling themselves. Huge block coming in from Kitty. And the big follow-up now is Legion's OMG now sent back to the fountain in the gray screen. 1-5 on this Gilgamesh jungle. And unfortunately right now, almost another deicide for the side of Banana Clan. I mean, I really thought that this game was going so good for them. I thought everything was just like, I thought they were playing really well. They looked a lot better. And then all of a sudden, here comes the climax. And all of a sudden, like, it's just, golly, I don't really have much else to say. But there was a massive
drop. They were in the lead until they weren't.
Yeah, I mean, there's just a massive drop-off, as you see on the charts. Just a massive drop-off between from what they had and just the lead flipped. And it looked like that Ice Age, just a light bulb clicked or a switch was flipped, and now they're firing on all cylinders and they're cooking with peanut oil right now, and they're looking really good.
That's the first time I've ever heard that one.
Southern terms.
Cooking with peanut oil. It's definitely a new one that I've never heard before. Cooking with gas, maybe, but anyway. The idioms out of the way. I think also Ice Age realized that they have their target, and literally their mission is kill the Kukulkan, and once mission complete, then they can play the video game. Like, no abilities shall be cast until Rags is dead. Because he's really realistically the only one that's doing a whole bunch of damage. I mean, Caribou is doing a bunch of damage. I mean, Kukulkan is doing Kukulkan things. As I say that, Legions is going to be caught
I'm about to say
here.
It'll be just fine.
Sorry, Kukulkan and Kukulkan. I hate it here. They just did this. They did this because they hate me. Another pluck in from Kenny. Caribou tries to jump out, but does rage out underneath tower. Unfortunate.
But I mean, as of right now, I mean, right now it looks like Ice Age is just looking for picks here, and that's exactly what they're doing. I mean, look, they're baiting around in the jungle, and it looks like this is exactly what they want. They're pinging it out. And Rags better be careful if he's gonna walk through the jungle. And that's exactly what's gonna happen. Face right with the Loki ultimate, half HP, gone in the blink of an eye. Ultimate does get laid out, but now Slashface looks like he wants some more as he's able to get the kill on the Rags. He's on the lunch menu now. Caribou might be next in line as he's taking a lot of damage here, but the T2 tower took a little bit more as it does fall. Brotaco trying to return in here, rooting down
Mama Spaghetti, and Legion OMG is now trying to get this kill on the Mama Spaghetti, and now he looks like he might be in a little bit of trouble dancing, bobbing, weaving. They're trying to peel for him, and the Loki looks like he's going to escape with a sliver of HP. And in all reality, I mean, I know that Ice Age wants to go for this Fire Giant and look for picks and stuff like that, but I mean, that's a really, I wouldn't say a really good thing from Banana Clan that they didn't do that, but it's a, you're wiping the sweat off your forehead after that, because I mean, in all reality, Ice Age could have just probably gone for the Fire Giant, looked for a fight there. But it's just one of those things where they just can't get picked out in the jungle. They just got to be really careful here. This is just what they want to do, and now they're gonna go back over and they're just gonna pull this Pyromancer, and that's the call.
Absolutely. I mean, there's really no reason not to. I mean, it's pretty much free at this point. They are significantly ahead now. They're about up around 5,000 gold. My apologies. And Kenny's just looking for another pluck by himself.
Yeah, the thing is,
has only died once so far.
Red. Yeah, Kenny's seeing red right now.
I believe his scoreline from game 1 was 0-14, I believe.
Hey, man. He's going for it, you know?
He has only died once in the entire set so far. I mean, Haggard does look really good. Slash Faces look really good as well.
You know, I think that I think they're starting to come alive now, though. The thing is that Banana Clan looked like a totally different team for the first, like, 15 minutes of the game. And looked really, really strong. I mean, let's see, where did the gold drop off at? I would say, like, 15, 20 minutes, maybe? I think it was, like, anywhere between them.
20.
Yeah, so about 17 minutes in.
18,
so I was about right, yeah. So about, like, 17, 18 minutes into the game, that's whenever we saw the drop-off. And I think that now, I think Banana Clan just kind of fell on their face here. And they gotta find that magic that they had over in the beginning, because they looked pretty solid. I mean, things were going really well for them, but now they're in this mode now to where they just have to play defense. They don't have a T2 tower over on that right hand side, so it's really difficult if you want to try to contest this Fire Giant. And if you're Ice Age here, I mean, you're definitely just you're hovering around. You're looking for a pick. Kenny back over in the fountain right now as he's looking to try to get some more items online. So they got to be careful if they want to try to take any engagements here. And if you're the side of Banana Clan, you got to understand that also the Primal Fury is going to be spawning up here shortly, and not to necessarily get caught out here because they're kind of all spread out. And you know, the last thing that you want is from behind. You do not want to get put into a 5v4, or you don't want to get put into a 4v5. Sorry. But it looks like they want to try to initiate a fight here. Botaco trying to take the aggressive standpoint. Slash Face getting drop kicked over into Kenny right now. But I mean, it's the two tanks. And you're not taking away any health from them there. And now this is just a bad fight for the side of Banana Clan. Now, Legion's OMG and Botaco, or sorry, Legion's OMG and Bananakin rather, are both dropped down pretty low. Good blink pluck coming in from Kenny. As now Legion's OMG is just going to get sent back to the gray screen. And currently, I mean, Kenny's just looking around, doesn't get hit by the Kukulkan ult. And now Caribou is just, beads are being forced out, and now Ice Age taking the fight over to them right now. Slash Face is just going on a rampage. So Cyrus, for both games between Mama Spaghetti and Slash Face, they both can play it. This is something that you have to take away from Ice Age, because they're both showing that they're able to play this god. Fire Giant now being pulled for the side of Ice Age here. Slash Face just trying to drop this blue buff, and now he's just going to look at the zone. And a little sketchy here. Botaco's definitely got to be really careful. And this Fire Giant should just be as free as it can be. That's some beans being forced out from Mama Spaghetti, and now he's just going to get hit from a Danza Burrow combo. He's got to be really careful here. Botaco's able just to walk away.
Looks like they're going to reset after the Fire Giant. I mean, they have a lot of gold in their pockets. Gold in hand, yeah, roughly about 1,500 gold, roughly, for a lot of members. Going to be finishing up some items, possibly finishing off their starter items if they have purchased them. But oh wait, never mind. Everyone's bought Benevolence, so you don't get a starter anymore. Or sorry, let me rephrase that. You don't get an upgraded starter anymore because Benevolence is nuts. Anyway.
No, you just get compassion, or you get a what's it called? Not compassion. Animosity. That's what I'm looking for. I can never remember compassion, animosity, and what is it? Benevolence. Those are all like three big words. Ducky can't pronounce big words. All right. I'm not the smartest thing in the world right now. You know.
I honestly think that. Yeah, I was just like animosity on Kokokin, maybe not. I don't know if I love.
I'm just throwing ideas. I'm just throwing ideas out there. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I love the poly pickup on the Kukulkan. It's all right. I know it's typically a core item. Does it still have mana on it? It does. I get it. But he's trying to do a lot of damage, but it's...
Damage is... Just get animosity on Kukulkan. As we see, I mean, the compassion was it compassion, right? Being pulled out on the Kukulkan for Caribou right now. As we are seeing, the thing that I don't like about compassion is that if you have a god that wants to blink in on a fight, it's really rough. Yep. Yeah, it's so hard. It's so hard to use. So like typically, if I have a god that I'm just gonna be blinking in all the time, dude, I'll just keep that until I'm able to sell it. Cause like I just don't like the item. That's just a personal preference for me. I sell that thing and get something like a spirit robe or a mantle of discord. So that way I still get my relative tankiness. I don't have to worry about my gold anymore because I'm already, past that point, and we're able to get that online. And still able to blink in as now Brotaco going in for a blink ultimate. And right now, I mean, this is looking pretty good for the side of Banana Clan, but they got to be really careful here because this fight can be just flipped on the wayside as Kenny now dropped down to about half HP, and now this Phoenix took absolutely 0 damage from these guys here. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the side of Banana Clan, they do have really good defense with this Kukulkan if they're able to actually get him into the fight. And unfortunately, big pluck coming in from Kenny, and Haggerty's able to finish off the kill on the mannequin. And low HP bars just across the board right now, and it looks like the Titan, they're trying to go for it, but they haven't even taken out a Phoenix yet. They got to take these things down. As now a good blink engagement coming in, as now Banana Clan decides that they're going to flip it on the Hayes side here, and now getting 2 kills for the first time in like 10 minutes. And now they're getting it on board. Kenny getting a pluck on the Legion's OMG. Drop kick just a little bit off the mark. And right now this is looking good for the side of Banana Clan. They want to continue to push the note here as the Spirit of the Night wins. Does clip Kenny. You hit the tank, unfortunately, so it's not really going to do a whole lot. And Kenny's just going to be able to live here. And that's good if you're Banana Clan, because now you got this Fire Giant spawning back up. You get a little bit of momentum, take out these towers, and you trade a 2-for-1, and unfortunately you don't defend the bird, but
you lose
in return,
2 towers and a bird.
Yeah, you're gonna lose. They're gonna get 2 towers here, get a little bit of gold online, probably back and get some items here. I don't think they're gonna be able to get this Phoenix. They're just gonna decide to back away, and now they're gonna be pretty well and set for this next upcoming Fire Giant. If they're able just to, back get their items online. I would like to see maybe somebody go and take out that right side T1 tower, get that thing out of the way. But because I think right now that thing's just an eyesore. I mean, we're 30 minutes into this game. EFG is going to be coming up. Minions decided that they were going to do that for them. Minions take out that right side T1 tower. And if you're Banana Clan, you got to keep these mid waves pushed, because now fire waves are spawning in, and you got to test that, and you got to be able to defend this EFG. Because if you don't defend the EFG, then you're going to be in a lot of trouble.
Be careful here.
Moving forward. As Kenny's plucking, nobody else really around him. Legion's OMG. Ooh, final judgment. Just a little bit off the mark. I don't know if that would have actually killed him there, as he is, he is a Gilgamesh that has, a little bit of magic procs, but not really. But, that's definitely one of the things where the only way we would have known is if we would actually see it happen. So unfortunately, Haggerty, you got to hit those.
Unfortunately, sometimes you just gotta hit those.
I think he blind shot that too. I'm pretty sure.
I think so.
I think he just guessed. No big deal. But
if it lands, it lands. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Yeah.
What's the worst that'll happen?
I mean, you could be like Gary. I whiff Krakens and hit a 5-man raw and not even notice you hit a 5-man raw. That clip was hilarious. He goes, I think I just hit 3 of them. It's like, no, Gary, you hit 5. Anyway, back into the action over here. Caribou not managing out his rage here, is now Kenny looking like he wants to try to pluck him, and Caribou might be in a little bit of trouble here. And continuing going in, and his beads were not available of the sort. Pretty low and poked out. And it looks like they want to try to get the kill, but he was already in his hulked out form. And Legion's OMG now trying to return in here, and he's got to be really careful. Blink ultimate coming up from Brotaco. He's able to get the kill on the Mama Spaghetti, which is really good. Now, Slash Face is taking out Bananakin, sorry. And now Brotaco looks like he's next, and Haggerty able to take him down there, and that's a 2-for-1 in favor of Ice Age. And as of right now, both actives are available for the side of Rags. And they got to be really careful here. And it looks like the Ice Age wants to go for an end. They have 4 people up. They have their Thoth and they have their Chiron available. and it looks like they're kind of dancing around. Not really a whole lot going on. A little bit of indecisiveness, but it looks like they want to go ahead and back off and play for this EFG. Fire minion waves are being pushed up over in the mid lane right now. If you're Banana Clan, I mean, you got to be really careful. They want to corner bait you around here, and Caribou looks like he might be in a little bit of trouble. No beads available for him. A little bit of a missed opportunity there if I'm Ice Age. You definitely got to have your Sobek around the corner being the first one ready to engage. So that way you're able to get that pluck off. You know that he doesn't have any beads available. So, I mean, that definitely would have helped out a lot. Or if he gets...
I just don't know if I agree with the corner bait. I think they should have just gone straight to fire.
They should have. I agree. Yeah. But if you're going to do the corner bait, you got to have your Sobek there ready to go. And as it looks like Legion's OMG he's getting completely caught out here. And that's kind of what they wanted there. And now Banana Clan might be in a little bit of trouble here. Bro Taco probably should be able to get out. I mean, they continuously are looking for these kills here, but nothing really is coming out of it. I mean, they just continuously go back and forth. And Bro Taco is just as good as dead here. It looks like he just kind of accepted his fate. And now EFG being looked at for the side of Ice Age. 2 people down, both jungle and support for Banana Clan not available to try to defend this. And it looks like that they don't exactly want to. Enhanced Fire Giant now going to be in the hands of the Ice Age Thor division. And I mean, right now, I mean, this is... I don't think that they exactly needed to use the final judgment there, but just for precautions, they're able to secure that. And right now, it looks like they want to just go up this mid wave. At Rags, it's got to be really careful. I mean, there's no Blink Sobek pluck available, but as of right now, I mean, it's looking like this mid bird is now up for grabs. No waves are being able to be pushed in just yet. Left side Phoenix now being looked at. Ice Age wants to go ahead and wipe out these Phoenixes, lower down the protections, lower down the health of this Titan. So we were able to kind of push with these fire waves, hopefully, or maybe just walk in yourselves right here. As right now, it looks like that they're just kind of hovering around. They have the enhanced Fire Giant for all 5 members. And I would just, you know, they definitely got to look to try to take a fight here. And it looks like they want to back off and go to the Oni Fury.
I mean, if you still have... 4 more minutes left until Fire Giant spawns. I mean,
there's no way they're gonna play for another Fire Giant and make this a 40-minute game. There's no way.
No, sorry, meaning that they're gonna reset after the Oni first. They get 2 Phoenixes with your EFG and then back for their gold. I mean, Haggerty has almost 6,000 gold in hand.
Kenny has almost 4K. Trying to figure out what he wants to buy and opts for a Witchblade.
As Mr. Godsend always does say, a gold lead in your pocket is not a gold lead at all.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. Wise man.
If you're not spending your gold, you don't have any more advantage than you would have if you hadn't done it. Anyway, I
well said.
It was better said by Mr.
That was
Eugene,
very well said. I think the foreheads would agree.
Oh, yeah, very eloquent intent. Anyway, so we just gonna try and go for the Greater Scorpion here, try and get something or other. But
what is Ice Age doing? Okay, they're trying to push with these. Okay, I'm just trying to figure it out because like they're all split on the map for side of Banana Clan. Ice Age just group up and just push that right side. You get the Phoenix. You have only fire waves that are gonna be pushing in, and you try to take over that right side to put more pressure on them. But now with the Oni waves, I mean, they're pushing with an Oni wave now, but you don't even need to because you have EFG.
I think they're over in the mid lane.
They can literally just walk inside the Titan room. Bro Taco is running up the mid lane right now and is nowhere to be found. And now he's trying to back. This is a huge opportunity for Ice Age here. And this Titan is just as good as dead. If they just focus this thing out, Final Judgment misses the Titan, but this Titan's just as good as dead. And
that would
Spirit of the Nine Winds lands, but at the end of the game there, and Ice Age is able to take the set 2-0 over Banana Clan there. And my goodness.
That was a set, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know how to tell you that one, Chief. Damn, that was a set. Animosity. Well, here's the thing. One team has 2 animosities. The other team has 1. The 2 animosities won.
No, there was 2.
A little suspicious.
Oh, are you talking about the animosity? I was looking at. I was thinking of benevolence. I'm like, they had like 4.
Both teams had 4. It was an 8 total benevolence game.
Yeah, we love it. But I mean, you know, hats off to Ice Age for that. But I think that they had some indecisiveness coming in for towards the end, and they definitely could have ended it a lot sooner. But they were just kind of giving them a little bit more chances there. But they played their cards safe. They took both Phoenixes back, got a Honey back, spent their gold, went back over to the right lane, and I just don't think, if you're Banana Clan there, you can't let them just walk inside the Phoenix room, or I don't know. It's a horrible situation to be in because there's no necessarily right answer, but you don't want to take a fight with them at your Titan whenever they have EFG, because it kind of just game over. But overall, in general, I think that they had a really good set for the side of Ice Age. Banana Clan, I think that this is just like a newer team just kind of being thrown together. Caribou just got picked up literally yesterday, so I'm pretty sure this was his first game with the squad themselves. So a little bit of tweaking that they need to do with this roster, or not with the roster, but just with meshing together. And I think once they find their footing, I think this will be a really solid team in this division. And of course, coming up towards the end of the season, you got the gauntlet and stuff like that. I don't know exactly where Banana Clan's sitting in the standings right now, but I think that
previously they were. I have the schedule up, but it's not on the standings page.
They couldn't have been bottom 3.
1-4.
1-4.
So
yeah, so they
won one game. Yeah.
And
I don't know if they're guaranteed gauntlet, but I think they are.
Well, I'm pretty sure. I don't know. We'll have to see, because as of right now, I think they play KWM next week, who's also 1-4 or 1-5 right now. So both teams sitting at 1-5. And I don't know who they have after that, but one of the things is that I think that once they get this mesh going and kind of play a little bit more together and understand the chemistry and understand each other's language a little bit more, I think that this is going to be a really good team. But I think until then, I think they're just going to go through some growing pains, and we have a good amount of time to the end of the season. So I think that's plenty of time for them to get their stuff together and figure this out. For the side of Ice Age, they look solid across the board. I think the Osiris was a problem in both games. The Odin ban wasn't bad, but looking at it now, probably take away Osiris as well. Slash Face was doing work, and in all reality, I thought it was going to be an Osiris jungle, but Mama Spaghetti pulled out the Loki. Looked good on that as well. The stat line doesn't exactly show how much havoc him and Slash Face was 9-0, but the 3-5-17 isn't the most beautiful thing in the world, but they were showing that they were there and putting out a lot of damage. For the side of Haggerty, Peaceman, both looked really strong. Kenny was hitting some good plucks, even though he missed a few. 23 wards for him as well. I hate Kenny, and it was good to see him. It was good to see him play well, and I think that this team is looking really good moving forward. So, hats off to both teams, and congrats to Ice Age for another 2-0 victory moving into this week. And yeah, that's gonna wrap up week 6.
Week 6, yes, that is
week
the final
6,
set of
man.
Week 6 on this channel. They are done casting on the other channel, so this is going to be the last set of the night and of the week.
Beautiful.
We will see y'all next week on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for week 7. No idea who's getting cast yet. I'll figure that out tomorrow. Alrighty, that's going to be it from us. We shall see y'all later. Thanks for coming and hanging out, and it shall be a good night for all. Peace out.